Many thanks.
And thank you to you. Let's begin this, shall we, babe?
All right.
Shall we start?
Yep. I'm going to have you take it over by Giovanni. Is that okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Stay co-host. We're going to turn this off for just 1 second. And oh, you already started it.
Good evening to my friends, wherever you are, around the country or around the world. I have really, really good news tonight, and I have challenging news tonight. The good news is that my friend, my business partner, my counterpart, Brother Eric Muhammad, is going to describe to you a message that is of profound importance and that can impact your life for good. I'm completely satisfied with the truthfulness of that statement. That's the good news. What's the challenging news, you ask? There are no excuses. In this particular case, it doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what your past successes have been. If you've got some great ones, congratulations. You'll get paid again for those successes because of the credibility you have, and people respond to the message through the filter of your successes. But if you happen to be on the back end of the power curve, things have not gone the way that you hoped they would for the last year or two or more, and you need a solution. Just a moment ago in a conversation we had before this presentation begins, Brother Eric said that this is a solution. It's not just an opportunity, it's a solution. So if you're looking for a solution, if you don't just want one, if you need one, the great news is it's being presented to you this evening. And the challenging is there's no excuses because whoever you are, wherever you've been, whatever you've done, they don't matter. It's about what are we willing to do starting now. Brother Eric, it is my privilege and joy to introduce you to this group of people, and I hand it over to you. And you need to unmute, my friend. You still got you muted, Eric.
There we go. That would be helpful, huh? Thank you, Brother Randy, for all that you do. And thank you for the words that you shared with our community. And of course, your wife, Sister Samantha. Folks, um, what he shared 60 seconds prior to our coming on board in our conversation together is the absolute truth. And I want to share it here. When you have an opportunity that can impact not a few hundred, a few thousand, hundreds of thousands. When you have an opportunity like you're about to see tonight that can impact billions of people around the world with your thumbprint on it, this is not an opportunity. This, folks, is a solution. There are many in the world that are looking for what we have in LEV AI. So first and foremost, I want to welcome you. In case we have not had the opportunity to meet, my name is Eric Ture Muhammad, Brother Eric Ture Muhammad. I'm also known as the Wealth Minister. And the reason for that is because I've always sought out those means of multiple sources of income, those platforms by which we can help others to help themselves. And LEV AI is that kind of opportunity. LEV AI is an acronym, folks, that stands for Leveraging Artificial Intelligence. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that there's a power, a force in the world in this cyber age, in this platform age, known as artificial intelligence, that is now eked out into the hands of billions of people, where you can now utilize it to function, grow, impact your business in the social environment, in the social commerce environment. You have all these tools in your hands, but how do you utilize them? How is it afforded you? Meaning, like you have your dreams, your goals, your visions, right? You have your personal business. Well, how can you utilize this leverage here on this tool that you're going to learn about tonight and utilize it successfully? We're going to show you the affordability of it. We're going to show you how you can impact your business as that entrepreneur, as that solopreneur, as that uh, influencer that you might desire to be. We're going to show you how to advance what you have here. And the word for tonight, I decided I will incorporate a word for each presentation I'm blessed to give. And I want to incorporate the word scalable. Scalable, not just scale, but scalable. I want to show you the opportunities that are here with a 30,000 foot view, a bird's eye view, if you will, to begin the discussion over what we have in what is known as LEV AI.
Let's be real. Marketing your business and keeping up with AI tools shouldn't be this hard. That's why there's LEV AI, the all-in-one customer growth system built for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, small business owners, and many others. From the start, LEV AI learns your brand and voice. Need a post right now? My AI Social gives you platform-ready content, comments, and DMs that sound just like you and speaks to your audience. Want your message everywhere? With My AI Video, you can create an AI twin that looks and sounds like you, or select an avatar to deliver your script in nearly any language. Need a website today? My Web spins up a branded site. Copy, images, SEO, ready in minutes. With My Network, add contacts by screenshot. LEV AI enhances each contact you add and creates a personality profile, then suggests what to say next and tracks follow-ups. It also reminds you when to reach out. And with My Prospects, find new prospects, filter by location or role, and know exactly how to approach them. Not sure how to reply to a prospect? Help Me Reply keeps conversations moving and wins you more customers. With LEV AI, you show up, stay consistent, and grow without an expensive agency or a dozen tools. Ready to make AI marketing simple? Join as a member to use LEV AI for your business. Want to earn by sharing LEV AI? Become a partner. Get LEV AI.
Now, there are two opportunities that this bird's eye view mentioned. Join LEV AI as a business with your business, become a member and grow your business. Or you can join as a partner to grow the LEV AI opportunity where you can earn an income additional to whatever you're doing and promoting this valuable tool. Now, the reason why I'm so excited, excuse the vernacular, why I'm so amped, okay, over what we have, because we are operating with a platform that literally, folks, was designed to work in the age we're in. This is a platform age. Just think about what you used to do. Think about the cabs you used to hail, and now you lift in Uber, right? Think about the travel agencies you used to go to, and now everything is done online, right? Think about your real estate. Platforms are the new real estate, but what makes them valuable? What makes a platform uh, uh, lucrative, right? It's the value that the platform provides others. This is an opportunity, really a solution, where not only can you add value to your personal business, but you can add value to the lives of others, because if you truly believe that your business is designed to impact the lives of others, then there's no greater way to do it than what we're sharing with you tonight in the aspect of having the accessibility to more than 170 countries and eventually access to more than 150 languages. We'll get to that in a second, but let's talk about this age that we're in. Mr. Demis Hassabis, head of DeepMind, he says this. He says the difference here with AI, meaning artificial intelligence, is it's going to be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution. And let's just stop there before we complete the sentence. All right, 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution. What did the Industrial Revolution do? It gave us the first phase, if you will, of automation. We had transportation. Automobiles were designed when people were used to horse and buggy. There was a gentleman, a dreamer named Ford. And Mr. Ford said that there'll be an automobile in every driveway. and no one even knew what a driveway was. They declared him insane maybe 3 or 4 times in his efforts to produce what we now know as an automobile age. That automation created tanks. That automation and that age rather created tanks. That age created transportation. That age portrayed us to win wars. That age advanced this country. I'm speaking to you from the United States in a plethora of ways that made us a superpower. In the industrial age, people that live in the industrial age, one person can work out of the household. In living in the age that it was designed to function in, you can now leave assets, inheritable assets, to your family. Remember the white picket fence and the home, and how one person can run the home and the others can go to college, the others can inherit once uh, uh, we transitioned. I mean, all these kind of things happened in a wealth state because of the industrial age and living in the age that we were created, or that age was created to perform in. And so now, when Mr. Hassabis says that it's going to be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution, well, that revolution only handled 1 point some odd billion people. Today, folks, there are 8 billion people on the planet, and all have a need to scale, all have a need to grow, all have a need to advance, all have the need to be educated into this age. And when you think about what is in our hands, this, folks, may be 10 times faster, because one thing is for sure: this artificial intelligence, automation, and its complexities are ever evolving, and they're moving fast. And we're talking about warp speed, Mach speed for all you Trekkies out here, right? So he says that it's going to be 10 times bigger than the Industrial Revolution, and maybe 10 times faster. But look at how he opened that sentence. The difference here is, that's an emphatic statement, folks. Now, look at that advance that we're talking about. We have a market opportunity here with social entrepreneurial growth. Remember, this is a platform age. All right. Facebook now speaks to, just a few years ago, spoke to more people than there were on the planet. Now, through that platform and others, we have a $556 billion gig economy, projected to be over $2 trillion by 2033. And those are conservative estimates. And when you think about how fast the intelligence is made to move, and the opportunity that is presenting, and the mass adoption that is inevitable. Inevitable. So think about your presence here as that professional, that doctor, that lawyer, that chef, that author, that hedge fund administrator, that real estate person, right? Think about these. And the reason why I mention them, because I market to all of them with LEV AI. And the other reason I'm excited, I don't normally tell everybody this, or maybe I do, but it's payday. You'll learn more about that on the other side of money. But right now, with 70 million plus freelancers in the US alone, 30 million plus non-employer businesses alone, can you imagine the impact you're having with a world that's waiting for you? There's somebody on the other side of the globe from where you currently sit, looking for the change. There are people who are looking for that ability to consider or purchase or join that which what you have. They just don't know it's you yet. We have a gentleman to thank for putting us in front of the movement of money. This gentleman is named Blake Schroeder. Mr. Schroeder has 18 years of social commerce experience. That's big, folks. His global roles with international expertise are stellar. And his commitment to innovation and rapid growth in social commerce, currently, I see it as second to none. I really, truly do. And if you have been made privy to any of the things that we are doing currently in a space where it would normally take months plus years to bring it to the point that we are, then you know the power of what we have. Mr. Schroeder is president of LEV AI, and this expertise is rooted in the global reach and experience that's provided us through Ture LaCour and LaCour Enterprises. This is the global service provider for us in LEV AI, and this is what allows us this rapid deployment that we are having. In our pre-launch phase, folks, we had 43,000 people join us in a matter of 5 weeks. In a matter of 5 weeks, to tomorrow concludes our first full month of activity in LEV AI. Our first full month. Our rapid deployment is possible due to LaCour Enterprises and the decades of channel experience and history of innovation. I got paid today. I get paid every Thursday. Just personally now, look, I am psychologically unemployable. If you offered me a job anywhere in the world, I'd probably break out in hives. Okay. What I'm sharing with you is we have something so tangible, so relevant, so necessary to allow the dots to be connected throughout the world with a platform that allows you as that entrepreneur to connect those dots. Listen, the core payment technologies, the access to leading back office commissions and operating history, hundreds of years of a collective team experience, and get this, over 25 years of history orchestrating more than $7 billion in revenue. How would you like to have your portion of that? How would you like to have your share of that? Think about those businesses you represent. We have another great presenter and leader here, Mr. Scott Merker, and he talks to us about what happens in with the artificial intelligence. There's a hospital in China that has a team of professionals, and it's an AI operated hospital. And when you hear him explain how it functions and operates, and what remedies it comes to in record time and speed, and how each department inside of that hospital has instant access to understanding the procedures performed in one department over to the next department, so everybody is ready to move and prosper. They handle hundreds of thousands of persons on a day-to-day basis. Folks, how would you like to be in that number where you're scalable now because of the tools that you have? I want you to understand the complexities that you inherited by just thinking about this. And then we want to show you the solution we provide. The problems that LEV AI solves are those things that we face immediately, whether they're CRM solutions, whether they're social media solutions, how to start our business, building websites and funnels, and all those things that connect us to a socially impacting world. What do we face generally? Complex, costly, fragmented marketing tools. I want you to hear that statement because all of that is eliminated with what you're going to see in just a few moments. Tech intimidation and burnout, we eliminate it. Poor lead generation and customer retention. I had a conversation I shared with some of you last week when a gentleman was trying to, he was offering me leads, prospects and people to get out after, and all I need to do is pay X amount of dollars for these so-called leads and how foolproof they were and how they work. I said, what is your business, sir? And he said, well, I produce the leads. Well, let me ask you this. How many of these leads have you used? In fact, if the leads are so great, why are you selling them? There's some things to think about. And if it looks like I'm trying to mind hack you, yes, I am, folks. poor lead generation and customer retention. You get a lead and you send it out with no access to follow up, even to determine whether or not it reached them, whether the people were real, right? I mean, think about those things that some of y'all have experienced. No clear guide to grow audience. Oh, that's big. So many times in life, we have been impacted in business burnout or uh, business lack of business growth because we appealed to a market with what we liked, what we might be passionate about, and that demographic might not have been the fit. It might not have been the fit. Now, when you see there's no clear guide to grow audience, convert leads to business, and or keep leads going, meaning long-term growth, then you're out of business before you begin. Because with all that fragmented, complex costing, you're pouring money down a drain that has no way of coming back. It's like the chicken and the fox conversation. There was a chicken coming down the road, and a fox was sitting there. You know, foxes are sly, right? So sitting there in front of this hole. Say, hey man, chicken, I've been watching you come back and forth so many days. I'll tell you what, why don't you come in and join me for dinner? Come on down in the hole. A lot of your friends come, and the chicken looked, and he looked at the tracks, and he saw familiar tracks going into the hole. He said, no, I don't think so. Well, why not? Your friends come. He said, yes, but I see all the tracks going in. I don't see any of them coming out. You know, look at all that we pour into burning out over solutions. Look at all the intimidation and the overwhelmed feeling that many of us have because we don't know the rule book, how to start a business, how to build webs and funnels, the CRM, customer relation management. What is our solution? Social media. How do we impact it in a space where it only has a 3-second attention span? Hopefully, I still have your attention because LEV AI is a magnificent solution, folks. We make building and maintaining a candidate customer list far easier. And you're going to see how we do it through the tools, the 5 tools I'm going to introduce to you within the operation itself. We create confidence about what to say to each prospect customer throughout the engagement process. You heard that? Process. An engagement process, folks, removes barriers that make you feel stuck. I can't tell you how many times in life I reached that kind of impasse because I didn't know what the next step would be. When I look at the hundreds of dollars I spent monthly on accessing these a la carte tools to grow the business I thought that the world wanted because I loved it, I've I've experienced those stuck moments. I've experienced that state of purgatory. I experienced sitting in front of my screen, my device, wondering what's next. LEV AI as a solution keeps you in front of your customers to maximize your sales. Everybody say to yourself, scalable, right? It removes the fear of failure and builds consistent momentum. I would like to say when you apply the tools, it builds constant momentum. We have 5 tools that we like to share with you that we're incorporating this evening, and we're going to delve into them a little bit. See, everything you need in one place is made accessible here through leveraging artificial intelligence. You're going to learn about the My AI social online presence and consistency, where you get social in seconds with AI expressing your voice for your personal and business profiles. And you may hear more about that tonight before we close out because we're very excited of what's to come over the next few hours. My network, customer relationship management, from easy imports with a screenshot to full personality profiles with recommendations for engaging. My Web Instant AI built websites. Build your own websites utilizing AI to help you build a brand and deploy it. And when we talk about building these websites, I'm talking about the websites, the funnels in a matter of seconds. I have not experienced anything I built in this environment that took more than 30 seconds. It took more than 30 seconds. This is the truth. My momentum. These are reminders to build your business Oh, your AI, LEV AI, provides you a co-pilot, and it's always there with you to remind you, because life be lifing, folks. Life does get busy, doesn't it? My prospects. This is the monthly leads program that's built into this operation, where you sustain your momentum with over 2 billion searchable prospects that you have full control over how to search. Again, leveraging artificial intelligence. The future is in your hands, and it's accessible through this powerful tool known as artificial intelligence. And it is a tool, folks. It is not here or designed to replace you. It's here to put you behind the tool in order for you to find placement amongst 8 billion plus people with your dream, with your goal, with your vision, with your profession. Listen. Live AI makes it simple for entrepreneurs to launch, market, and grow businesses. This is a fact. I am a bearer witness. It works as advertised. No expensive CMO agency or complicated tech skills are required, folks. I really want you to hone in on this. We talked about that My AI Social. It helps you to get unstuck and stay consistent to build your audience. I have a lot of cliches, things I say, folks. I'm encouraging you to stick and stay. It gets greater later. You heard it first here, right? Create engaging social posts in seconds using AI. Post directly to your profile, right? And then with My Network Customer Relationship Management, import contacts via screenshot. You're going to see not a demonstration, but you'll see a diagram that sort of explains it. But LEV AI will profile and suggest how to engage your prospects. It will also track each interaction and remind you when it's time to follow up. And this is how it works. You can take a screenshot of a contact, a profile you have in Facebook or in LinkedIn or those social media platforms, right? You can take a screenshot of the profile of the individual and just drop that screenshot into your LEV AI application. And you know what happens? It 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 uh, uh, goes through that contact, that screenshot, and comes back with a full personality profile. And it gives you all the information as to where they can be found in social media and even email addresses, phone numbers if they made them available, addresses if they made them available, shows you a resume of them or a CV, if you will. Folks, Live AI will research your contact to give you personality and sales engagement guidance. This is what we mean about removing the fear. Years ago, I had a, a, a recruitment mentor that wanted me to uh, put together an exercise that will remove my fear of interviewing. I was in the hospitality industry uh, for close to 20 years. I never met a stranger. That's not even in my pedigree, my DNA. I don't know how to do this, right? But at the same time, there were people that were looking at what I brought professionally to the industry. And so I was always sought after by recruiters or people that called headhunters, right? And this one gentleman who I'll be reaching out to over this, as a matter of fact, he said, you know what you want to do? As soon as you learn who your interviewer is, go to LinkedIn and see if you can find a profile of that person. And you find a profile and a picture of that person, you know what's going to happen? You're going to become familiar with the face. You're going to feel more comfortable in being in front of them. At those times, these were uh, uh, telephone interviews. So I would sit with that contact up in front of me as the questions were being deployed and I'm answering, and I was so comfortable, right? Because I had an image of the person in front of me. You see, I want you to see how that has 1,000x with Live AI. Your screenshot gives you a full tactical profile on everything from how to book a meeting, how to look at the pain points in the individual potentially, how to give a pitch, presentations, building rapport with them, you know more about them than they know about themselves. In fact, I was so enamored over what I learned about this process. I took a screenshot of myself just to learn about myself. Boy, was I shocked. You know, things that you never consider, folks, because life just be lifing. But it gave me tools that equipped me with understanding how I can possibly be looked upon by people I'm appealing to. That personality analysis, all these things are here with a screenshot that you just import into your app. And then you have my web AI built websites and funnels, folks. We tell Live AI about our business by giving it a profile, and then we just click go. And it builds within seconds. I'm here to tell you, I have now, I think, 17 funnels and 9 websites. And I'm working through them, and they are live, folks. Came together in a matter of seconds. I went through it, tweaked it where I felt a tweak was needed, and then I asked the tool to regenerate the response or the messages just to see how it fit. We're able to check to see whether it's a risk post or it's within compliance. I mean, all these things are there in your space right now. And then when you look at the momentum you're able to build, because also in this space, I get reminders. Hey, 7 days ago, you spoke to Randy Schroeder. You may want to follow up with him and see what he thought about the opportunity you shared with him. You see, you have an AI helper, an assistant to you that only knows how to think like you do because you gave it the profile. You poured yourself into your queen. And that profile gives the backdrop and the background by which how everything is explained or presented. And the more you do it, the more you enhance the profile. And if any of you experience that, just throw something in a thumbs up or something to help us to know that you know that it works, right, folks? I now know more about me. I know more about the impact of others that I've appealed to, and I have a greater understanding of how I can become more familiar with them in growing the business. Let's talk momentum. Those of you who are here as entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, folks, I have embarked on a campaign of 100 posts per day, email campaigns per day, and talking to people about how I can help them grow their business. Through this program here, my prospects, remember, over 2 billion prospects to search and grow, dedicated to this space, only found in Live AI. You can search Live AI's prospect database to keep your businesses flowing and thriving. I'm talking about for long-term growth, right? Search by geography, interest, gender, and so much more. I search by those things that I'm interested in. You know what I did? I did a prospect search through this magnificent tool, and I've generated at least 100 contacts for CPAs, financial advisors, tax assistants, because it's a very competitive window right now, because this is where they start launching folks preparation for tax services. People are expecting refunds, and they're trying to position themselves, bookkeepers, CPAs, right? So I have at least 100 of them that I've reached out to in an amazing email campaign, right? I have hedge fund administrators that I've reached out to, close to 100 in number, right? I have other professions, real estate agents, that I reached out to because I want you to understand the power of what's in front of you. My goal, my desire is to help you help others help themselves. Does that make sense? I want to go back to what's imminent in release, my AI video feature. Every plan that you're going to learn more about in just a couple of moments before we close, every plan includes your own avatar that looks like you, if that's your choice, or pick an avatar from the library. You give it any script, or you can use AI to create one for you. Your AI twin can speak in dozens of languages. We will hit the mark of 150 languages available to you in 170 countries. Think that can impact your business. Is that something that you can see as scalable? That video in action is really simple. You're in full control. You just pick your most flattering picture and bring it to life. That on the screen there, that's Mr. Larry Lane, or it might be Gary Lane. You know, they be switching. Anyway, they're identical twins, folks. But they use this uh, picture and they allow AI to assist them in gestures. And then they allow AI even more to give voice, and you'll hear how that works in a moment. Or you have the option of utilizing the library. You can select from the variety of avatars if you just don't want yourself out there with a variety of backgrounds and attires. Okay. And then inside this same space, you give your twin, your avatar, a script. You know, what do you want to share? Or you have AI write the script for you. But how it says it is amazing because you get a 15-second run, a test of your voice, your tonality, your expression. And it will then take your voice, tie it to your message, tie it to your video expression. So now you can look at me, dark and handsome as ever, speaking Cantonese when you know I don't speak Cantonese. I'm telling you, I don't speak Cantonese. But there's a whole world out there that speaks Cantonese and another part of that world that speaks Mandarin. There's a whole other world that speaks. I have teammates now in Malaysia, and I'm able to communicate with them. Or Mexico City in one of my personal businesses. In Mexico City, where that business is based, I speak to them in Spanish so fluent that when they respond to me, the response is going to come to me in English. That's my primary language. Now, I'm doing that now just from the uh, messaging side, meaning posting in social media, email campaigns. That's where I speak to them at. But just think about this now. You can twin your voice, give a sample of your voice, 15 seconds, or pick a voice from the library and set the emotion, set the tone that best reflects you in the way that is so pitch perfect. A brass monkey will look up and say, I heard them. All right, folks, let's move on to how you can grow your business. Now, we talked about 5 tools here: my AI video, my AI social, business profiles, my AI social media growth, my network. Folks, these tools can grow and scale your business. Look at the price point, a $49 subscription. Now, that should resonate with many of you who are already operating with similar tools that we just shown you that you had to get a la carte. You know you have to get them a la carte. You know you had to pay for all of them, right? You spent thousands trying to figure something out that I had no understanding over. This feature gives you the education and goes to work for you as long as you give it, feed it what it is that you're most desirous of doing, and it will absolutely scale your business. The $49 basic is available to you as a member, right? And as a partner. This $49 subscription that is removed every month gives you these tools and gives you the time required to grow your business. Where can you see yourself in a year with all these tools with a $49 engagement? That's going to make it for you. Again, payday for me is every week. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But you have an opportunity here that allows you to, it allows us to build the kind of income where the opportunity, the uh, living cost of living expenses, or even operational costs, they pay for themselves. I own vehicles, but those vehicles only stay with me if they're paying for themselves. I have wonderful uh, 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 um, office furnishings and equipment like the computers that I'm working from and all this good stuff. But if it doesn't pay for itself, then it's no use to me. This is how we grow and scale our businesses, folks, because you have now access to a world that you didn't have before, and you definitely didn't have it for $49. Now, the Pro Pack works a little different. The Professional Pack here is a $99 monthly subscription, and you have the ability to promote multiple business profiles. And then you have additional tools that are associated with it. My Web Instant Web Builder. Oh my goodness. My network. That's the CRM with professional lead funnels linked to your site. My reach searchable prospects. Again, 2 billion plus searchable prospects dedicated to your platform. Leads on or more teams. You can collaborate with other persons. I collaborate, I build over what our presenters share all the time. I'm definitely there in front and in tow with Mr. Randy Schroeder, right? And we look for those, I utilize those tools to search through the marketplace that has been created for us. All right. You get to build your team library. Oh, that's big because there are tools like I got to lean on them again. 75 hours of programming plus that uh, Mr. Schrader shares from over 30 plus years of experience. And those tools of personal development, personal growth, I'm big on that because I know instead of reaching for the ceiling and raising the ceiling, all I got to do is raise the floor. All I have to do is raise the floor and the ceiling will be met. What do I mean by raise the floor? In LEV AI, you're afforded the opportunity to look at where you are, merchant. Look at where you are, business owner. Look at where you are, professional, and how far you've come. And how much further could you be, by taking note, if you embrace the tools that allow you to grow in the way that you desire. There's one other portion here is known as rank. Folks, rank is bank. And we're going to delve into that in a minute. But think about this, folks. Look at where you are and how far you've come. What could you have done differently along the way? How about these tools that you learned about tonight, all in one space, affordably? How can these tools help you over what you have learned? And how can we help you help others, possibly help themselves? See, there's unmatched value here. Unmatched. There's strong values for all members. And what is a networker if you don't add value to the lives of others, right? Accessible by members around the globe. High member satisfaction yields stable businesses. Yes or yes. Okay. If you're in business, you're only in business to the extent that you represent a solution to that customer's problem. The greater problem solved with your business, the greater access, the greater um, benefit of repetitive sales, the better the growth, because word of mouth will be so contagious. Look, I already told you in our pre-launch when we were still behind the scenes and no one saw us come above service, we had 43,000 people join us before we launched on the 17th of September. So member satisfaction yields stable businesses. So the bigger the solution your business represents, hey, people, you're in dental care, right? How many people have teeth and gums and whatnot that got to be worked upon? You might have that one invention that allows your vehicle to move with greater efficiency, and you just need people to respond to. I have a business partner here who is now working to scale. He's in Malaysia. His team is based in Canada, and some of his Canadian business partners have a martial arts um, conglomerate, if you will, and they're looking to enter it into the Olympics for consideration. And that whole process he's governing through LEV AI. But get this, he's also on the other side of great emissions. See, because he's doing it as a partner. Now, this is where the differences come in. You can be a member and still have a basic package for $49 or a pro package for $99 in monthly subscription. However, as a partner, you're allowed an additional income where those that you refer, those that you recommend, and they take you up on it and join your team on the partner level, you earn commissions off of their ability to not only sell, but to scale. Folks, this is the best thing since, I want to say it again, Brother Randy. I don't know why I want to say it's the best thing since sliced bread, but that works for me. One last point on the affordability. The fact that it is unmatched value. AI replaces hundreds of dollars in monthly subscriptions. I already told you, I spent thousands of dollars on doing these things. Many of you have done it. You've gone through social media platforms and you wanted to boost your presence, and you might have paid for monthly outreach to grow it, to monetize your platforms, things of that nature. And what I'm here to tell you, from $99 via member or via partner, you can grow flat out wealthy in what you're representing. But more importantly, the true wealth is in the value you add to others with your profession, with your skills, and in partnership with your teams. Now, how do you get to these generous bonuses? Well, there's a licensing fee of $19 that must be paid. That's an annual license fee. Yes, $19. And when people join you and they uh, pay for their first month subscription, you earn a 50% acquisition bonus. And then you have ongoing commissions from them, because all on your personally referred members and partners, you'll receive 20% of that every month, as long as they remain on your first level. And of course, it gets even greater, because when you build in depth, folks, you find yourself earning level commissions on 8 levels with dynamic compression. You get to earn check match on up to 4 levels of enrollment, and you earn infinity bonuses down each leg. Infinity does mean forever, doesn't it? It's always going. It's that loop that just keeps going. It's that 8 sideways. Just imagine building legs like my mentor taught me. Just keep building all the way down to China, because somebody is going to be you on those levels, right? The rank advancement here, I talked to you about rank being bank. You have rank criteria: partner, lead partner, advanced partner, mentor partner, director, innovator director, visionary director, legacy director. They all come with, again, you become, it's available to you by paying the $19 annual license. And you get to take advantage and unlock treasure troves Unlock up to 8 levels of level pay as you advance through ranks. Unlock up to 4 levels of check match as you advance through ranks. Unlock infinity bonus down each leg as you advance through ranks. Folks, this thing is so amazing. And when I say rank is bank, there's another feature here as you reach certain plateaus. When you unlock rank and you can be invited to create your own AI app, then you can be invited to create your own AI avatar that anyone around the world can talk to and chat with. You can train your avatar on your library of thought leadership and assets, coaching and training, and it's always available 24 hours, 7 days a week. I'm the kind of person, in closing, I love making money while I sleep. I love the thought of having 7 days of Sunday. I love the thought of going to bed when I'm tired and get up when I'm tired of sleeping. Those are very achievable goals here. The multi-language support is here, folks, for you. We talked about it in the beginning, and you're going to learn more and more about it. You can find out even more through the tools we provide on social media. YouTube, we have a platform dedicated to the teaching and the training of LEV AI. On Instagram, we have presence where we make impact. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm encouraging, or X, let's get, some people get real picky over that. X, once known as Twitter, okay? Take a screenshot, scan the QR codes, be a part of those platforms. Set your notifications so you know everything going on in LEV AI. That overview, bird's eye view that I gave you at the very beginning, you can find it on Get LEV AI HQ, the YouTube channel. Folks, I want to thank you for allowing me to share with you tonight. And anything that you heard me say that didn't rub you correct, charge it to my head, not my heart. But if in fact you find something in this opportunity where you can grow yourself professionally to be known all over the world for what you want to represent to the world, that's where it's at. So I want to thank you again for your time and attention. Get back to the one to introduce opportunity to you, because I'm telling you, there's nowhere to go but up. And all you have to do is raise your floor. Back over to you, Randy. Thank you for allowing me to share tonight, folks.
Well, Eric, you are a gentleman, and I always love listening to hear you talk. I always smile when I listen to you. Folks, we find ourselves at a very, very interesting time. It is now official that we are not in a pre-launch environment at all anymore. Effective tomorrow, we will have access to the video tool, which has been under such tremendously great demand. That coming ahead, by the way, this is our new small bird. I just saw a few moments ago that Taiga, the crypto wallet, is now in the back office. And so the list of deliverables which the company needed to deliver in order for the opportunity to get real traction, they are here now or will be in the coming 24 hours. And so with that in mind, you'll all be invited to, all of you and all of your team members, anyone not yet a team member, will be invited to join a group that will start tomorrow. And it's called 50 for 30. 50 for 30. You heard Brother Eric say a few moments ago that he's engaged himself in a process where he's contacting 100 people every day. And I don't know what the time commitment is for that, how long he intends on doing that. I will tell you that I will put together an accountability group tomorrow. There will be a website created for it. We can do that at LEV AI, can't we? There will be an accountability group started tomorrow that is designed to hold people to the commitment of contacting 50 people per day, every day, for the next 30 days. That's the commitment group. And you know what? The group of people who do that will be the ones who are most excited at the end of the month of November. That is the truth. Now, I could have made this suggestion, this recommendation at some other time in some other company, and the natural response would have been, but I don't know 50 people to contact. Well, this is LEV AI. Therefore, we have an opt-in database and we can do screenshot imports. There is no such thing as I don't have anyone to talk to. There is only the question of desire and willingness. That's it, desire and willingness. If one has a big enough desire, that the desire causes one to be willing to do something that perhaps he or she has not done before. We need to recognize now that every single person you know who's going to use a cell phone in the next 30 days, they're also going to use AI. That's the truth. They don't know they're using it in all likelihood, but they're gradually beginning to, because it's becoming endemic in society. A couple of years from now, it'll be very, very obvious. Everyone you know who uses a cell phone, they'll use AI. Everyone you know who uses the internet, they'll use AI. Everyone you know who has a computer, they'll use AI. The question is only, will they use LEV AI? And the subset to that question is, will they use LEV AI because you made the introduction? If not, there's a pretty darn good chance they're going to use LEV AI as a result of someone else's introduction. Don't let that happen. You'll see invitations tomorrow. I invite you to join the accountability group. There will be a spot on the webpage for you to put in the number every day. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's an all or none deal. And it'll be the number of people who are still standing at the end of 30 days, having made 50 contacts per day. And I am going to make that a 6 out of 7 days to allow for one's celebration observation of the Sabbath day, whichever the Sabbath day is for that individual. So if you choose to do 7 days a week, that's great. If not, 6 days out of 7 is fine. I'm again thanking, congratulating, honoring, respecting Brother Eric. Fantastic job. Each of you watch for the information tomorrow. We now have crypto. We now have the digital twin effective tomorrow. It is time to go. And so if you'd like to be a part of that accountability group, I would love to have you be a part of it. You can learn all about it tomorrow. God bless everybody. Have the best night yet, and we'll see you along the way.